Good morning, everybody. Hope you're well. We are continuing this series in the Psalms, and we're going to keep going for 2 more days next week. I said I would keep going until the 30th of June, so that's what we're going to do. So that'll be up until Tuesday of next week, and then after that, the following Sunday then will be the last service that we're going to be recording. So we've got this Sunday coming, which we're going to be recording in a little while. And then the following Sunday will be the last one that we record before I go on holiday. And then we're also going to let you know about the plans for reopening the church in line with what the government have allowed over the last week or so. So we'll keep you informed of that, and you'll know what's going to be happening as everything takes place. We're going to read from Psalm 32 this morning. And this is what it says. Blessed is the one whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man against whom the Lord counts no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. For when I kept silent, my bones wasted away, through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me, my strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not cover my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the iniquity of my sin. Therefore let everyone who is godly offer prayer to you at a time when you may be found. Surely in the rush of great waters they shall not reach him. You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with shouts of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Be not like a horse or a mule without understanding, which must be curbed with bit and bridle, or it will not stay near you. Many are the sorrows of the wicked. Steadfast love surrounds the one who trusts in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord, and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. Of all the pressures and of all the stresses and of all the difficulties that the psalmist experiences and recounts in the Psalms, it seems that one of the most, if not the most difficult experience that he goes through is the experience of guilt, of recognizing that he has unconfessed sin in his life. Psalm 32 sits alongside Psalm 51, that great psalm where David recognizes his sin. But in Psalm 32, what we have is the after effects of having brought his sin before God. And the recognition that whenever you are trying to deal with this pressure of guilt and shame because of your sin, because you know that you are in the wrong, because you know that you're not what you should be before God, the place to start in dealing with that is to be honest before God. To acknowledge, as the psalmist says in verse 5, to acknowledge your sin, to recognize that it's real. It's not just your feelings. It's not just some sort of psychological thing. Your sin is real, and you acknowledge it, and then you confess it to God. You bring it to him. Yes, he already knows, of course he does. But for you to actually acknowledge and then confess your sin to God is the most important step in experiencing his forgiveness. And it's a difficult step. It's not easy to acknowledge and confess that we're sinners. But the alternative is unresolved guilt. And the psalmist pictures that very clearly in the psalm. Unresolved guilt leads to feeling like you're wasting away, like the energy is being sapped from you, that you're being weighed down by a pressure greater than you can bear, that you are weakened and your strength is used up the way it is on a hot summer's day, the like of which we had yesterday. And and you feel weakened and drained by the heat and the pressure of that. That's the alternative. Whenever we do acknowledge and whenever we do confess our sin, the result is blessing. Blessed is the one whose transgression is forgiven. Our sin is covered. It's dealt with. We no longer have to worry about it anymore. We can rejoice, the psalmist says here. We can rejoice in the knowledge that that sin doesn't weigh us down anymore. It doesn't hold us back anymore. And we can enjoy genuine relationship with God. You notice in the psalm, in verse 8 and 9, the voice changes and it's God speaking to us. And God saying, I will instruct you, I will teach you, I will counsel you. Be not like a horse or a mule without understanding, which must be curbed with bit and bridle. In other words, he's saying, I'm here for you. I'm here to show you the way to live. I'm here to instruct you in right ways. I'm here to give you counsel and wisdom for every step of life. Listen, learn, and do that in a relationship of love for me. Don't do it the way the animal does it, which is just responding to the bit in its mouth being tugged. Respond in love. Know that I have your best interests at heart. God is saying, know that I want your holiness, your Christ-likeness. I want you to continue to grow in me. Know that and respond in love. That's the kind of obedience that God wants. Not the obedience of duty, not the obedience of being forced into something, but the obedience that comes from love. We want to please him, we want to live for him, we want to honour him because he has acted in our lives and he has forgiven us. He's lifted that weight, that burden of sin. And I suppose the question for us as we look at this psalm is, how can we not respond in love to a God who has shown such love for us that he sent his son to the cross to pay the price of our forgiveness, to win our freedom from sin, and to draw us into relationship with him. What a love we've been shown. How can we not then love in return? God bless. Take care.